Welcome back to ARC Salt Lake. We cover authentic, relevant, and community stories. Happy Tuesday. It's now almost 7:30.
Yeah, today the trial begins for an Iowa man accused of murdering 4 people with a metal pipe. Luke Truesdell will stand trial before a judge for these crimes.
Yeah, we have investigative reporter Emerson joining us live now with Criminally Obsessed to unpack the details of this case. Now, a lot of folks might not have heard about this case. What's the backstory?
Well, it's certainly not a story or a name that I had heard before, but it's one that really you will not forget. It is the case of this man, Luke Truesdell, who not only is accused of bludgeoning 4 people to death in a very small, quiet Iowa rural farm town. Like, this was not in a big area. It's outside of Cedar Rapids. And what was so disturbing, I think, about this case is that when he came out to talk to police, police say that he was very calm. They thought he was a witness at one point. They didn't even think of him as a suspect because he was so calm. And he told police that he wanted to make a movie about what he did and had admitted and confessed to what he did. So when he told police that, they immediately had to change tactics, of course, because now they were dealing with someone who just confessed to killing 4 people. Again, something totally unheard of in this area.
Yeah, and I guess that the confession was partially thrown out when it came to the trial. And why was that?
Well, it's extraordinary because this is a Miranda violation, according to the judge. He believes as soon as the police heard this witness turn to suspect, Luke Truesdell, that he actually was somehow implicating himself in this, that they needed to immediately read him his Miranda rights, which are those rights that we hear as soon as they take a suspect into custody. The big question was, when did he go into custody? To the judge, it was as soon as he sat there and said, I wanted to make a movie about this, and I killed him. Or I hid him, I think was his exact words. So that is a huge blow for the prosecution. But I think a lot of people, a lot of legal experts that are weighing in now about this case say that just that he said, I hit him, and also information about where the alleged murder weapon was, which was this metal pipe, is going to play heavily to the jury.
How did he know these people?
You know, we're not 100% sure, but from what I've been told, I spoke to, for our show at Criminally Obsessed, we have a whole half hour on this right now that you can watch. And when I talked to the anchor for KGAN out of Cedar Rapids, Mitch Fick, said that they believe that there were drugs involved. There was meth in at least Luke Truesdell's system when they found him. They think that maybe these people had come in to an outhouse in this rural sort of farm area to possibly, it could have possibly had something to do with drugs. This, I think, is all going to be coming out in the trial, which is supposed to start today. They're starting jury selection literally in the next few hours, I think. And we'll start hearing more details about what they really think was going on in there. But as far as what the motive was behind what he did, I think he's thrown out a lot of motives on top of saying he wanted to make a movie, which was so disturbing. So we'll find out more soon. But they were all, from what I understand about these victims, they were young. You know, they were in their 30s and around about that. There were 2 couples, and they were really loved in this community. This is a very, very small community, so much so that they tried to get this moved out of that area twice to get a change of venue, the defense did, and they were turned down.
No, different states have different laws on guilty by reason of insanity. Is that one of the moves the defense might be trying to make?
Oh, not that I have heard of yet.
Okay.
I have not heard about a insanity plea right now. I think that is an extremely, extremely difficult defense to take, and the amount of work that has to go into an insanity plea is extraordinary for them to go ahead and say, yeah, this could could be it. I think that they are finding that he is competent to stand trial, and they're moving forward with jury selection. So I'll be very surprised if the defense pulls that, but you never know.
And how are the families handling this case? You say the young victims and a close community.
I think they're devastated. I'll be honest. Like, I think they're devastated because that's 4 people. They never had a quad homicide. Quadruple homicides are extremely rare in big cities, you know, much less tiny little farming communities. And I know when I talked to Mitch, who had literally been reporting on this since the day the police scanner came across, it was so bizarre that they literally thought it was a carbon monoxide poisoning because they had these 4 bodies in this garage. That's how bizarre it was. So I think it's taken the community a really long time to wrap their heads around it, and I'll be interested to see who's actually showing up for at the courthouse.
Does Truesdell have a criminal past?
Truesdell, from what we understand about Truesdell, is that he was a diminutive guy. He was...
Your audio is kind of glitching a little bit, Ann.
Quiet. There didn't seem to be... There wasn't a lot of noise about him. Pardon?
Well, your audio glitched out for a minute, but I think we're back now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, as far as Luke Truesdell goes, I mean, he's been described as this sort of very quiet guy. I mean, to the point where when the police went up to him and he came outside and he was so calm and he had just sort of made his statement to police, they couldn't quite wrap their heads around what they were hearing, which I think is part of the reason that we had a problem with the Miranda violation. They were trying to figure out, where is this guy coming from, because he was not on their radar. I mean, yeah, there was definitely talk about drugs and that sort of thing, and yes, he did have that meth in his system, but no, he did not seem like someone who would have done something like this. So I think it just came so far out of character and out of context. It's one of the really puzzling things about this case.
Okay. So where can people go for not only more on this story, but others that you were working on, Criminally Obsessed?
Well, yes, I'd love it if everybody came to our YouTube channel, Criminally Obsessed, and subscribe. I want to know if people think that this Miranda violation should have had weighed so heavily on this case, and we're talking 25 minutes of
Okay, I'm losing your microphone again. So if you're interested in the case,
it will never be heard by the jury.
Okay. Going to have to follow Criminally Obsessed and Emerson and look it up. Thanks so much, Ann.
And we appreciate that very much.